Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Go Money. Before we go into the details, if you have not watched the introduction and money management videos, please do. It has the basic concept of wave theory and the indicators we use. The money management will give you an idea of how to manage the trade. The link is given in the description. In this video, we are going to talk about weekly stock analysis. This week, as I explained in the weekly trade report, due to war and other factors, market is actually volatile, and basically, market has recovered pretty much in the last day after the news. So, but still doesn't mean that it is ready to boost up. I'm expecting another drop also possible. This is just actually maybe retesting the gap down for further down before it starts moving up. That is kind of correction which is possible, as this is like in this lower time frame pattern. This can be an impulse A, B, C to complete this, and then further one more down before it starts the next wave. So this is definitely possible, and based on the current market, maybe I'm just leaning towards that. So I'm not expecting this market to immediately pump up. If it happens, well and good. If it breaks out and we get a setup, for sure we will be looking for a bull market. But the reason why it's not is because I'm seeing that even the MACD is kind of having the same magnitude for all the drops. So still it is in a sideways bear trend. So I'm expecting further some more down, but there can be a pullback before it makes a down. So here is where people might be stuck if you enter, or if you do some trading without understanding what can happen. So yeah, that is how it looks basically on Nifty, and let's look at Bank Nifty as well. So Bank Nifty overall picture looks pretty completion in the correction, and also let me see, this impulse followed by ABC correction is complete, and the next wave has started. But in the next wave we have an impulsive move up followed by A, B, which broke the X above the impulse, and then there is a C which actually broke below A, which is nothing but an expanding flat pattern which is actually ready for a next move. So this is possible, and the way it makes the move looks it's possible, but again, as we see, it can be in sideways for some time, because here the pattern is almost complete. So this is nothing but an impulse. Here the pattern has already been complete, and then it had another wave down. So, and also it is very close to the retracement level. So possibly the move, it might be here for sideways for some time until the market gets corrected, then maybe it starts moving up. So I think it's better than Nifty. Bank Nifty has a possibility to move up before Nifty. Okay, let's look at the stocks, and let's look at the possible we have covered all the stocks which we are in trade in the weekly trade report. Please take a look at that. Please look at the video for some details about the stocks. So moving on to possible trades. So Britannia, basically what we expected is the C wave has ended, but again, it's the market is still corrective, so we are still in sidewave. There is no buy setup yet unless if it breaks the trend. So again, this can all happen, but we are just waiting to see if we are going to get a trade maybe next week or week after, depending on how the market progress. Dr. Reddy, similar situation. So it is completed, but there is a possibility that it can even have an expanding flat. So let's wait and watch how this progress. As of now, I don't see any trade, so possibly it can even come down further before it moves up, but until it breaks out and give us a consolidation, we will not be entering this trade, but there is definitely possibilities in a week or two. So looking at HDFC, similar setup, it is having an expanding flat, and possibly it can even come down further, so it doesn't mean that this is the end. I'm just putting this as a pattern to see if it has a breakout, but at this point we have to wait to see what is happening, what would happen next week. HCL Tech, same, it has completed the ABC wave, and it has also had an impulse with the consolidation. If it breaks out, that will be a good trade. Basically this can even have a consolidation before it moves up, so something like this before it starts, so we have time to enter all these trades. Hindustan Lever, I think we went through this, we were in a trade, it just got pulled out, so it is still, if it actually starts moving up, then we will see, but right now we are just taken out. We were in the trade, but we got kicked out. Hero Motors, similar, we were in the trade, but we exited out early as we were looking as we saw the market jittery and we were expecting a drop, so we have closed this trade and we are waiting to see what the next pattern looks. BPCL, similar, we were in the trade, it's been kicked off, but we closed in a better position, so that depending on, because of the market and how that was actually progressing that week. But right now it has completed the wave, but we have to wait and see, is it going to have a bigger downtrend or is going to start. So we have to wait for a pattern to form. It might take some more time before it starts moving up. CDSL, again it has completed the C wave. We are waiting for an uptrend or an impulsive up move up. It has actually recovered a lot after the recent drop. We have to wait and watch to see how this price action is. Basically, even if it happens like this, it doesn't matter. We will see a pattern before it moves. So always wait for a proper impulse and a correction before you enter a trade. L&T, similar situation as a long-term trend. It has completed the A followed by B and C, so we are expecting a move up, so this will be a good trade if it starts moving up. But everything looks like we have a month or around a month time frame to enter, so we don't have trade at this point. TATA Power did a very good pull up, actually it even made like 7% on Friday. It's a really good comeback. So, but is it the start of uptrend? No idea. Let's wait for a consolidation, at least something like this before we enter. So we have to wait for that. So looking at Axis Bank, we just got pulled out. We just closed the trade. Actually, we entered the trade somewhere here and we closed the trade here as we saw the market was coming down. Right now, yes, it recovered, but we will be waiting for a better pattern to enter. TCS, again it had a very bad drop, but as a pattern it is complete, but possibly it can even retest, it can even come to the retracement level, the second retracement level, which is around 3,300 rupees. So this is the first drop. Let's see, the first drop followed by a correction and then another drop. There can be some correction and possibly one more down before it starts. So we have to wait to see how it progress. So next is power grid. So power grid, actually we were actually watching this from the top, as it was actually an impulse. It was an impulse when the year started. So, and we didn't enter. So, but at this point we had a nice corrective move, but not sure if this is the pattern to enter. So we had to wait to see how this progress, and because it looks like it has completed this wave, and this is the first wave. In the next wave, looks like this is the first leg down. Maybe there can be one more pattern before it starts. So I don't think there's a trade for some time for this stock. So hold on to it. Then Maruti was actually an impulse. We had a good trade on this. We exited exactly at the top, which actually touched the retracement the level what we expected, and now it is actually in sideways. The long-term perspective is this wave to form. Not sure if we're going to do it here, but if it happens, that will be the next pattern to enter. So we have to wait and watch how this really progress. DMart, again, we are actually in downtrend, nothing much right now. So even if it goes, I think this doesn't look like a very good trade. We are expecting another downtrend, and then maybe if we get a trade, we will be looking for an entry. ATC, again, it's a long-term perspective. At least for some time I'm looking for a downtrend move before it starts moving up, but the way how it consolidates is pretty much there can be a possible up move, but the waves can even be consolidated this way for further down. So, and with this market, it's pretty tough to even say, but again, there is no entry point at this level. Even if it happens to have an impulsive move up, let's wait for another correction for this wave to complete, and this can even complete in a multiple different ways. As this is the first pattern, this can do this to complete before it goes up, or any other way, but we have to wait for some more time on all this. Right now it is actually bearish. Same for Nifty. Nifty is already in at high, and it is consolidating at this level. This is a pretty solid level for a longer time, you can see. So there's so much transactions happening at that level, and that is a very solid level for Nifty. But if it breaks down, then it's 1500 range is the next resistance, and I'm expecting that, as because this is kind of a pattern I'm expecting here. So maybe this might be consolidating here for some time, for a few months. So this may be complete, then finish for a next move. So yep, maybe for that is possible. That's kind of the expectation from this pattern. Tech Mahindra doing similar downtrend move, so expecting it to at least test this level, 1200 to 300 range, which is pretty close. I think it even reached 1340 or something. So but still it is in a downward move, so wait for a consolidation. Like this can happen even here when it consolidates. So let's wait and watch. It has some more time. Now it is all in downtrend move. On a longer trend, still everything is bullish. Nothing is actually in a bearish move, but on a shorter trend, it is bearish. And here, yes, Bajaj Auto, yes, it has reached. It took some time. We were actually looking at, when we were here, we were saying this possibly next. So it has completed almost for another wave down is the expectation. Let's see if that really happens, but there is still some more up. before it drops possibly. Tata Steel again, it's continuing after this pattern. It touched the previous high and then it started to go down, so we are expecting this downtrend move. Don't know if it will reach the retracement level. If it reaches, that's good, otherwise we'll wait for a breakout trade for entry. Okay, so that's the trade setup for all our blue chip stocks which we actually analyze in this video. But please comment if you are looking for any other trade. We can actually have a separate video based on the comments, or we can post a yearly analysis to a to hourly analysis on a particular stock or index which you are interested in. So we can definitely do that. So hopefully next week is good and we will make some money, I guess. Let's see how it goes. So yeah, trade safely and see you next week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in our next video.